Welcome to finally a day of ballooning. It's been a while since we've done actual balloons, but let's do some today. We're going to just skim through my library. I'm going to be looking for some interesting balloon altitude control techniques, and you can follow along. Feel free to say hi in the chat, and if you have any questions, definitely speak up. You can also add comments in Facebook, which I'll see at the same time. So let's get into it. So we're going to be looking through my archive of balloon papers, and I'm going to be looking for some interesting altitude control information. And again, feel free to drop a line in the chat or the comments as you follow along with me. Here we go. This is an interesting paper for many reasons. It's not what we're looking for today. That's a pretty picture, isn't that? The pumpkin taken to its extreme. I wonder who that was. I gotta stop that. Oh, there's Paul Voss. Oh, it's Voss's paper. I'll toss that in there. The Gaines vehicle, yeah. Reversible fluid, such a classic fun altitude control method. I've thought of that before. Oh god, these PDF scans from NASA are such crap. Been better off if they had never enabled that. Now it's so hard to read them. This is basic? Oh my god. Is it basic? What is this thing?
Timmy_2012. Are you going up?
Always going up. Up and away. Welcome, Tim. Timmy? Timmy? Are you a balloon nerd or just passing through? Where are the pictures? Where are the pictures?
Timmy_2012. No, but they are cool. They used to fly over the house.
Nice. Where was that? That's pretty.
Timmy_2012. Canada.
Oh, like the middle north of Canada? I know, like, you mean big balloons, like NASA balloons? Because those big ones definitely flew over northern Canada. French.
Timmy_2012. Is there any new advancement in them now?
So much new advancement. I've had the great fortune to be involved in most of it, actually, in the last 10 years. Um, Google did a lot of work over the past decade in figuring out how to make balloons fly for a very long time. Uh, their flights last year were, I think, on average, almost a year in length. And they were flying at 20 kilometers to 22 kilometers altitude, which is 50 to 60,000 feet. And yeah, they were able to change their altitude up and down by 4 kilometers. A really beautiful advancement. We're now coming into a new golden age of balloons where the possibilities are open wide. It's really exciting, and I don't think the public has quite realized it yet. I mean, balloon scientists are just just now uh, starting to take advantage and get back in the saddle of exciting innovation and seeing what we can use these new capabilities for. The capabilities that balloon designers and engineers have dreamed of and never quite have been able to capture and realize until now. These are balloons that will fly around the world 5 or 10 times in their lifetimes. Let me show you one, or at least one that's similar in shape to the Google balloons. They call them pumpkins, sort of for obvious reasons. You can see they.
Timmy_2012. Wow.
It is amazing. It truly is. find some other pictures for you. Micro Ghost? What is that? I have to come back to that. Where's my to read folder? To read. That's one I didn't know I had. Where were we? Pumpkin. Yeah, these are all very mathematical analyses of them. Let me see if I can actually pull up a Google balloon pic and show you. Balloon pic. Yeah, these are the balloons I worked on. I was very happy and fortunate to be able to do that. Here we go. Chrome tab. There we go. Yeah, so you can see they're long and jellyfish-like while they're climbing, and shiny and crystalline looking pumpkins at high altitudes. There's the latest gen is this. Really looks like beautiful crystalline pumpkin.
Timmy_2012. That looks like the one that the Red Bull guy jumped out of.
Yes, the shapes of balloons as they climb are all very similar in terms of like that teardrop shape, and that's because of physics. Basically, when you're at ground level, your air pressure is very high, and at altitude, your air pressure is very low. And what happens is your helium is squished to a small size at ground level. And as the pressure drops around it, the helium is able to expand and spread out more and more and more. And when you get to your target altitude, your balloon is intended to be completely full of helium. And so every balloon design, when it's in the ground, is 20 times smaller as far as the helium amount. The helium is 20 times smaller than it will be when it's at full height. So the rest of the balloon is just hanging loose around the little bubble, and that bubble will slowly fill up all the loose material as it climbs. So even though the final shape of the Red Bull balloon was different, that was a zero pressure balloon. It looks the same on the ground and only slightly different when it's at altitude. It's not a pumpkin, but where is an example? We're getting off track with those pictures. But you can see, like here's an example. Say this one here on the right. How do I get a visit? Slowly I'll make it to this image. Right, so you see on the right is the shape of the balloon that the Red Bull guy would have jumped out of. And that's very similar to the pumpkin, but you can see it kind of still comes to a point at the bottom. And that's due to physics. It just means it's almost pressurized, but not quite. If that plastic were strong enough, like the Google plastic, that point would be pulled up. Actually, by the tension, it would pull it up like that, and so it wouldn't be kind of teardropped. So yeah, it's very similar, but these super pressure pumpkins are pressurized. to probably about half a psi, or 2,000, 3,000 pascals, which is that 20 millibars, depending on your country and your pressure unit familiarity. So yeah, there's a little info. So what do you do, Tim? Are you a technical person, or just a person who has seen balloons go by and was curious? We'll go back to our balloon papers.
2012. I guess the balloon trips to space would be getting close.
Balloon trips to space. That's an interesting question.
2012. Nah, I build houses long. I stay on the ground.
Probably safer that way. Yeah, balloons go about halfway to space. Though it looks from that altitude, it looks just like space. Like the air, the sky is black, and you can see the Earth curves off in the horizon. But they're only about 50 kilometers up at their highest, and space officially starts at 100 kilometers. So you still need a rocket to get you the rest of the way up. And due to physics, there's no way the balloons will ever get to space unless they've got a rocket jetpack or something. Let's see. Where's my papers? Houses, yes.
2012.
Timber frame, I assume? So today I'm just kind of skimming through to find examples of how people are technically implementing an ability to control altitude, how they changed the balloon's weight or they changed the balloon's size.
Timmy_2012. You go up in an alert.
Tim, I've never been in a balloon. I have sent my little robots around the planet in balloons, but I've never been off the ground in a balloon.
Timmy_2012. Really?
Yeah. It's actually not something that sounds exciting to me. It's fine. I might like to do the European style.
Timmy_2012. What kind of robots?
I just call the little electronics box a robot below the balloon because it can control where the balloon goes. So it's sort of like a little robot pilot. But it's a box of a computer and battery charger and solar panels, and there's usually a fan or a turbocharger compressor involved to shove air into that pressurized pumpkin. And because it's pressurized and rigid, you shove air in and it doesn't get any bigger. The pressure just goes up inside. And the air, because the air weighs, the air has mass, molecules have mass. When you shove air into a sealed container, that container gets heavier. Like literally, the air adds weight to the balloon. And buoyancy works the same way in submarines or fish or balloons, where if you let air into your chamber, sorry, that's actually a bad example. But anyway, if you add mass, like if you add water to the submarine's ballast tanks, it's going to go deeper. If you take water out of the submarine's ballast tanks, it's going to go higher. And that's the same thing with the balloons. When you add mass, it's going to sink lower. And when you release mass, it's going to go higher. So the robot has control of this. And it's this frigid, freezing cold environment with the searing sunlight, almost like satellites have. And it's got to figure out, like, GPS positions, altitude, like how to react to winds, and where it's supposed to go. And so it's a little box of electronics that I call robot.
Timmy_2012. What would this testing be for?
Which testing are you thinking of?
Timmy_2012. Using your machine's robots.
Yeah. For example, my my desire and my role in all of this is to just figure out how to make the balloon fly for longer, to keep it in the air as long as possible. And that's sort of where.
Timmy_2012. Like, what would you do with that? Would it be for passenger flights?
Mm. So, not the balloons I have worked on, not for passengers. The balloons I've worked on have been for communications. Like Google was flying cell towers, basically, like LTE cell tower radios to bring people in rural areas, like jungles or tundras, the Canadian Shield areas, cell phone service where towers aren't economical for cell phone companies to install. And that was really cool, bringing internet to the rural world.
Timmy_2012. Oh wow.
The project ended because of financial reasons. It got too expensive before they actually started selling a service. But that's because Google solved the problems in ballooning, and it took many years. It's amazing that Google did solve it because for 60 years, people have been trying and hadn't figured it out. So a lot of Google's money went into that work to push the science forward to where it actually was usable. So it's not really a surprise that they never made it to profitability. It's kind of sad, but when you have investors, they want the stock to eventually do something profitable. So it's up to the next people, next teams, to figure out how to make the balloons usable commercially enough to make money. And it may be communications, maybe science, maybe like mapping, infrared detection of stuff. It could be like solar stuff. I'm not sure. Commercial uses are what is going to drive my jobs, basically. Where companies can figure out how to make money and pay for balloons, I'll be there, basically. So, yeah, mostly engineering stuff. There's other stuff that I'm not remembering, but yeah, astronomy. There's not a lot of air above you when you're up there in the stratosphere, so telescopes are much clearer views. Um, yeah, we'll see. The uses will come out of the woodwork now that the tool is available, if that makes sense. Like what was that Kevin Costner movie where they said, if you build it, they will come? I think that's where balloons are right now.
Timmy_2012. That's really neat. You build a platform for people to build off of, and everything will come.
Yes, that's what I love. Is I love the science part and perfecting it.
Timmy_2012. Need not need lol.
I getcha. Yeah, that's the part I love. Is like building this thing that's ready to hang your ideas on, and everybody see what you can figure out. Yeah, here's the tool. Sort of like home computers. They're like, here's a tool. Programmers, see what you can do with it. Okay, so these are all my keywords that I've searched for altitude control. I'm going to search for compressors. See if there's any. Oh, nothing there. I want to see if there's any uses of pumps compressing helium into tanks. I've got 1,600 of these old balloon engineering documents. I love digging through them, but it's kind of tedious if I don't have a direct reason to look through. And having an audience really kind of keeps me motivated to not like get bored and wander off from digging through this stuff. It's dry even for me. Um, I get attracted to cool titles and pretty pictures, and that kind of sustains my interest to look into the text. Like, what the hell was going on there? It's clearly not a good day for that balloon. Looks like a hernia.
Timmy underscore 2012 lol through.
How's the building market? Is timber as expensive up there as it is down here?
Timmy underscore 2012. Yup. But it's starting to level out and come back down a bit now. Timmy underscore 2012. It sure went crazy with COVID.
Oh yeah, yeah. Where are you up in Canada?
Timmy underscore 2012. Ontario.
Oh, nice. I grew up in Rochester, just across the lake. Oh, I don't know if you're involved in logging or familiar with logging at all, but you might get a kick out of this. This balloons were used for logging. Let's see if there's a good picture. Yeah, I think this one's good. Yes. Look at this. They, yeah, they actually. Let me open this fully so you can see the pictures. And
Timmy underscore 2012. Wow, that's cool.
yeah, I was shocked and really loved the idea. Yarding um, to do steep ridge logging where it wasn't safe or easy to get you couldn't get a rail track up, the vehicles couldn't drive up and down. But a balloon could certainly hang on to a log and lift it up and lower it
Timmy
down.
underscore 2012. Yup.
Mm-hmm. It was used for about 20 years, mostly in Canada, I think in the in the southwest of Canada, northwest of the US. The pictures are terrible, unfortunately, in this report. Yeah, these old reports that were photocopied, it's a shame. I thought I had better pictures somewhere. But you get the idea. It's kind of wild. There have been so many weird things people have tried with balloons. Where was I? What was I looking for? Tanks. this. Ooh, NFPA handbook. I thought I had something about this. Compressed tank pump. Does it have a pump information? Yeah, a bunch of pumps. Okay. Oh, but that's going to be pumpkin. That's. Well, we'll sift through them. Oh, I always liked this. Pneumatic envelopes. Oh,
Underscore 2012. See the International Hot Air Balloon Festival starts in Capsa.
oh, nice. They've got some huge, fancy, pretty balloons out there. Is this Julian? It was Julian. Julian was my friend, Julian Knott. He died last year. Crazy guy. Brilliant guy. He was not crazy. He was brilliant. He worked for guys that were crazy. But they.
Underscore 2012. Oh, sorry, Peter.
Thanks. Yeah. But he died probably the way he would have wanted to, in a balloon. He was 75, so he had a good life. Pumps. I could have sworn I had more papers on this. Buoyancy. Such a broad topic. That'll be thousands of. I never spell it right either. Did I do it right? Buoyancy. Buoy. No, I guess that's not right. UO. Yeah. Well, there's not too many. Okay. Am I searching everything? No. Oh my gosh. Okay. Pump. No. Tank. I was only searching the titles. I was not coming up with many things. Tank. A lot of things that with the word tank in them. Rotating balloons. Oh, that's pretty. Courtesy of the Canadian Journal of Physics. Back before computers could do this, they really ran. There must have been Schlieren imaging, which is a special type of photograph that can see air currents, invisible air currents. Like you might have seen in the old days, like pictures of jets with like rainbow shockwave lines coming off their noses and stuff like that. That was Schlieren photography. Hmm. Looking for compressing gases. Let me try compress. Mm, It's a fair amount of things for compress, but I feel like that might be more results like I want to find about compressing helium into tanks. I've been kind of avoiding this paper because it's huge, though it is very good. It's very good, but it's huge. 100 pages. Take a look, because the General Mills in the University of Minnesota, holy moly, it's the Lone Ranger. Where's my volume? No, I don't think that's got what we want. Ballast tank. Oh, maybe we do.
Timmy underscore 2012. Well, got to take off for now. Have a good one.
You too, Tim.
Thanks for explaining.
You too, Tim. You're welcome. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate the inquisitive questions. Always happy to explain. some part of volume 5. Okay. Forgot that song was in there. The old handbook. Let's take a look. This one's big and deep and broad in its applications. Oh, I forgot these pages are side by side. I hate that. And triple spaced. A lot of math here. So much detail. I gotta tease out of here. Need to figure out how to do it. Wowzers, there's a lot of detail here. I love this book. I need to sit down and just I got an iPad now. Maybe it'd be easier to read, big screened. I should put it in iBooks. Man, I really want to figure out how to split this. Maybe a script can split these screens in half. Because it's almost impossible to copy text. Well, that's actually pretty good. But it's hard to read when it's this broken up. What is this section? Hmm. Sorry for the sour face. It was just a realization of politics and ballooning. I think that's good. A good speed lunk for the evening into the archives of ballooning. Hope you all have thoroughly enjoyed this. With me, I'm Dan Bowen. Please consider this. Yes, please consider donating on my Patreon to help support me continue to share balloon content and do balloon research to further the science of ballooning in the world. So have a great night, everybody.